Today on Awakening with Amy, how Neville Goddard's law of assumption will help you manifest any desire. Welcome, I'm Amy Valentine. This is Awakening with Amy, where we help you awaken within you your higher consciousness to be, do, and have any desire. Today we're going to talk about Neville Goddard's law of assumption, what it means, and how it can help you create what you want in your life. So this is really inspired by one of Neville's books. If you're interested, it's called At Your Command, where he talks about that everything that we are living in our world was first an inner conversation, that we decree a thing, he talks about, and it becomes something. We assume, we have these assumptions about who we are and what is possible for us, and we're usually unconscious to it. So how do we become conscious to it? Well, first, let's talk about what the definition of an assumption is. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, an assumption is a taking to or upon oneself, the act of laying claim to or taking possession of, a statement taken for granted. The law of assumption is all about knowing who you are. It's about revaluing who you think you are. Instead of defining yourself through the physical world, through what has been, Neville is suggesting assume who you are. When you assume who you are, that's up to you. It has nothing to do with what family you were born into, what your financial status is, what kind of job you have, whatever. None of that matters. The law of assumption is the art of you being a creator, the one and only, your consciousness, the one and only cause of your reality. So, when a desire comes to you, it is a message from your higher self to know who you are. It's a divine urge for you to be more of who you are. And understand everything that we are living, looking at, judge not by the appearances. The appearances are less than 1% of your potential. That means 99.9999% is unseen potential for you to be, to claim, to assume. But until you understand that who you are is not your body, it's not your thoughts, it's not your conditions, it's not your past. Who you are is the consciousness, the awareness of being behind all of that. I am, that I amness, just that beingness with zero conditions. Everything else is a creation of that consciousness. And so the law of assumption is about the act of assuming and claiming whatever I desire is already mine. That assumption plants the seed and takes you over that invisible bridge of incident to its fulfillment, unless you assume doubt. So either way, we're using the law of assumption, whether we're aware of it or not, right? If you assume you can be, do, and have it, it leads you to fulfillment. If you assume I can't be, do, and have it, it leads you to fulfillment, but it's fulfilling what you don't want. So we're either filled up with possibility, with love, unconditionally, or we're filled with fear, doubt, and worry. So let's read a quote, Neville Goddard quote from the book At Your Command, and then we'll get a little deeper into the video. The reason most of us fail to realize our desires is because we are constantly conditioning them. Do not condition your desire. Just accept it as it comes to you. Give thanks for it to the point that you are grateful for having already received it. Then go about your way in peace. Then go away. That's the part where we kind of get messed up, right? We shut the door to the gift, to the desire, coming from our higher selves when we start to doubt its reality. Because we're looking out there at the appearances. Well, how is this going to be possible? I'm too young, I'm too old. All those limiting beliefs come up. But remember what an assumption is. That assumption is your power to claim that desire is already yours. And he goes on to say, right, just accept it and give thanks for it. Giving thanks is inferring that gift, that desire is already fulfilled. I don't have to know how it's going to be fulfilled. I don't have to know when it's going to be fulfilled. That's the inner conviction, that trust, that faith in your I am awareness to manifest it through you as you. That's what you want to assume. That inner conviction is the feeling that Neville Goddard is talking about. That feeling of wish fulfilled is not, he said, a human emotion. He said, when I speak of feeling, I do not mean emotion, but the acceptance of the fact that it's already fulfilled. It's already yours. So don't block it with your doubt. Yeah, are you going to have the doubts? Yes. The key is question them. No. I have to revalue myself. This doubt has no reality without me putting my attention on it. Right? Consciousness is the first cause. Right? So that conviction, that I am awareness of being, is who you really are. It's your birthright to be, do, and have any desire. I am, right? Accept the desire unconditionally. Don't look out there at the world. Don't ask for approval. Don't wonder if you're worthy or if it's possible. All of that is shutting the door to your higher potential, right? So, God's ways are beyond finding out. So, trust. That desire came to you. It's yours, and it will manifest through you as you, on your path of least resistance, taking you over that bridge of incidents to the fulfillment of your desire. The point is about going back, frequently returning to the fulfillment, stopping all that negative mind chatter. Stop talking about, complaining about, bringing up old stuff that is no longer relevant. Think about it. The past is not here unless the only way the past could ever be alive, meaning that old condition, that trauma that happened, that problem, whatever it is, it can only appear if you put your consciousness on it. The past only exists in your mind. It's not a tangible thing, right? So your consciousness is your power. Who and what you're aware of being. So when we condition our desire, like Neville says, we're judging by the appearances. So the key is to go to that righteous judgment. See everything through the eyes of your higher self. Judge everything as unfolding perfectly. Judge nothing as final unless it's something that you really, really want in your life. Nothing is final. Everything is leading me to more and more and more of what I desire. That's the attitude of mind. That's assuming your manifesting power instead of assuming doubt. Take claim to the love, the abundance within you, no matter what things look like. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. Bashar. Bashar is saying circumstances don't create matter. State of being creates matter. They're both saying the same thing. Consciousness, first cause. not your circumstances. So you can think around any unwanted circumstance by not resisting it, by not fighting it, not trying to change it, not trying to fix it. Understand everything is just a temporary experience, and the universe is inclusive. So when I push against anything, when I fight anything, when I try to fix myself or figure something out, I'm only creating more of the same. So I am comes to fulfill, right? It comes to fulfill you, not to abolish. I am that I am. That's your secret sauce. So accept your desire. Give thanks for the desire. And then move within your consciousness. Revalue yourself to see yourself through the eyes of that higher you that already is what you desire to be, because you exist in all realities. Non-existence doesn't exist. So claim it, assume it. And again, it's not vainly affirming it with your words, it's the feeling. The feeling of wish fulfilled is that knowing of who you really are, knowing your power to claim, to be anything. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing the video. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for your awesome comments. And until next week, see you soon.